Okay, I'm live and it's my birthday. Come stop by and say hi. Happy birthday, something. I can't stay on here a long time. I'm so stinking busy. I'm working, plus I have to run out to the bank. I've got laundry going, so if you hear the laundry, I'm sorry. And I've got a heater going beside me because it is cold here. I got my long sleeves, my long pants, and still got a heater. Actually, there's 3 heaters going. Uh, you know, um, we actually heat with wood, but it's a little early for that, and I don't want to start the wood heat so early because it can then get hot and too hot. And so we have a few little space heaters that we turn on. So, so we've got a few little space heaters on. It is cold here. To me, it's cooler. It's not real cold, I don't think. I don't know what the temperature is. I didn't bring my phone over here. It's cool though. It's not cold, but it's cool. We are under a frost advisory for in the morning. So there you go. Hey, Rebecca. Let's see what else. It is my birthday, 61. Um, and I just went this weekend. Hi, Linda. Just went this weekend on a mission trip. That was great. That was up in the mountains. In eastern Kentucky, right on the Virginia border, Kentucky Virginia border. We were, I think they said, just a few miles from the Virginia border, or a few minutes. I can't remember how they said it, but anyway, right on the Kentucky Virginia border up in eastern Kentucky. Um, there's some coal mining towns up there that after the coal mines shut down, that was their main source of income. And some of them moved out and went to get jobs. We were told that the main people that stayed were elderly and, excuse me, elderly, retired, and people that are left on welfare, because of the coal mines shutting down, their descendants. So anyway, it actually, honestly, in all honesty, it's a poor area, but so is Ballard County. Where I live is kind of a poor area too. Not as bad as there, but I've seen a lot of similarities. So I'm like, I'll talk more about that in a minute. Hi, Brenda Duncan and Patty. Hey, Patty. So anyway, so yeah, it's cooler here. It was cool there. It was cool there at night, not during the day, but it was cool there at night. And when I come home, the day we come home, Sunday, we come home. Yes, Sunday. This is Tuesday. Got to get my bearings straight there. We come home Sunday, and it was up during the day. And man, when I got out of the car, I was like, it's hot here. We need to go back. And so it's cooler up there. And now it's cold here. But it has been at night cooler anyways. But today it's cool now in the middle of the day. We have freeze warnings. Yes, I saw that. We have frost warning. Y'all have freeze warning for in the morning. So, yeah, same here. Only ours is not freeze, but I saw where, if you look at the radar, the freeze is up here, and then where we're at is frost warning. So it's cool. Like I was saying, we burn wood heat, but it's a little early to do that for me because he'll get it too hot. So I don't like to start the wood heat until it's really cold, staying cold, because it'll get too hot. So we have little space heaters going, and I've got 3 space heaters going, and one's right beside me. So if you're hearing, I don't know if you can hear the background noise. I've got laundry going, heater going beside me. I'm so busy today. I'm working too, so I'm trying to work and get work done. I've got to run out to the bank, of course, at 12 noon, and just so much going on. I've got laundry going. Um, anyway, hey, Anne Marie. About time to start the wood stoves. Yeah, it won't be long. Won't be long now. Taking a break from work to learn. I don't know what you're gonna learn today. I'm learning. I'm busy. So busy. Well, um, so it's my 61st birthday. I'm feeling pretty old today because, well, I have the rheumatoid arthritis and I ate bad over the weekend. So we went on a mission trip and I tried to do kind of good, but I really didn't. So I did take my own bread. So when we made sandwiches, I had keto bread and, I didn't eat a lot of dessert. I did eat a little bit of dessert, but I took some of my stuff with me and that kind of helped not be too bad, but I still did eat. So, and I have to tell y'all a story about that too. I can't stay on here a long time because I've got so much to do, but I'm going to tell you a few things. And so I have to tell about this. Okay, so the mission trip, and there will be a video. There is a video up that the members should be able to see, and then it will come up for everybody a little later. Maybe later today. I set it for tomorrow, but I'm thinking I might go ahead and let it pop up this afternoon. But it is on there for members to see. Is a video. It's not real long. It's 11 minutes, I think, of our trip, our mission trip. So we went out to Eastern Kentucky. Of course, we live in far, far Western Kentucky. We're as far west in Kentucky as you can possibly go. Like right across the river, we're close to the river, and right across the river is Illinois. So we are as far west as you can go in Kentucky. And where we went to Lynch, Kentucky, is way out eastern Kentucky, almost as far eastern as you can go. Not quite, but it's on the Kentucky, Virginia border, way out there. So, anyway, it was two churches from here that got together, and we went out to Lynch, Kentucky. It's coal mining. The coal mine's shut down, so it's a poor area. But there is a ministry out there that does events for the community free. Everything's free for them. So the community and the locals, they come there and have events like fair and harvest festival and vacation Bible school and Bible studies and I can't even think of what all, men's retreat, all free, everything free. So that is just awesome. And then we saw a mixed crowd. It was a mixed crowd of some didn't look so poor and some did. And of course, you can see that here in our county. Some they say are pretty in poverty, but I mean, seriously, there's a lot of that in our county too. So it kind of really made me realize that there's a mission field right here in my own county, and everybody felt that way. There's a mission field right here that we need to help, and we do. Don't get me wrong, but it definitely out there is a whole lot like here. So we're pretty far apart. It was 6.5 hour drive, but it turned into 10 hours because there was so much road work on the interstate. So coming back, we took some detours to get back so we didn't have to go through that road work. So thank you. I see a lot of happy birthdays. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Mr. Boots and Bounty. Hey, Stephen. I talked to Casey this morning for a little while, texting. We were texting back and forth for a little while. It's good to talk to Casey. I hadn't really talked to y'all much lately. But I need to. I need to keep up, catch up, keep up. Let's see. There's Joe, my new Tennessee home. I put off chores till it warms up a bit so I can drop in. That's awesome. So let's see. I don't know if I missed anything. Trying to get all the house plants brought in. I've got one out I need to get in. Learn to laugh at my mistakes. I see that. Emery said, learn to laugh at my mistakes. Yeah, well, I laugh at mine all the time. Hey, Freaky Geek. Hadn't seen you lately either. Thank you. So, so we done a lot of work out there. So we had to clean up this farm that they have these events at. And in between events, it gets dirty and dusty and needed weed eating and different stuff like that, you know. So we had to do a lot of hard work out there, which you'll see in the video, and painting everything. It had been a while since there had been an event and out there, and it stays pretty dusty because I could tell, like, we dusted things, and then out in the gravel they would drive by on cars or side by sides, and the dust would just fly everywhere, and then it'd be all dusty again. I'm like, well, it didn't do us any good to dust. Maybe a little bit, but it's dusty again. So anyway, but we did a lot of course, walking and doing, and so Friday we cleaned all day long. We were exhausted, and then Saturday we had to help set up games and stuff for the festival. And we took 2 games, and our group took 2 games and popcorn. And so we done popcorn and handed out popcorn, and they estimated about 1,300 people came through. So it was a really big crowd, and everything is free, you know, because of donations. And so it was just wonderful. Anyway, but I'm wore out. I'm wore out. That's what I was getting at. I'm just from not eating good, doing all that hard work and walking. I am just, I ache. My rheumatoid arthritis is not feeling too good today. So I feel, oh, age is just a number. Let's see. Let me see. Oh, wait, I got to go back up. There's something I missed. Good to hear. Yeah, it's getting colder and slowing down a bit. Yep. Thank you, Joe. Been busy spinning fibers and listening to music. I have some really pretty French lavender blooms right now. I'm wondering if they can take the frost. Yeah, I don't know. That's why I'm 10 in my head. If they take the frost, where will they go with it? According to my brain, I'm forever 25. Yeah. Yeah, it don't seem like I should be 61, but I feel it. I feel it, but I shouldn't be that old. Put a bucket or something over them for the night. Just make sure you uncover them before it gets too warm out. Hello, prepping artists. Okay, so yeah, put a bucket over it. I used to. Oh, I still do. I don't always though. I've kind of gotten to where I'm like, whatever. If it's gonna frost, whatever, I'm done anyway, you know. And I shouldn't be that way because I have stuff coming up. I have stuff coming up that I'm hoping can take it. And I have some small cabbages. They should be able to take it, but they're little. You know, they're still little, so I don't know. But I used to take sheets and just stick a couple of sticks, and lay the sheet over the sticks so that the sheet doesn't lay on the plants, but you have sticks staking up everywhere so that you can kind of cover it, but not have it lay down on it. That's what we have done. Trying that. Let's see. Fingers crossed I have growing in a hydroponic system, some herbs, and alpine strawberries. Kind of hoping my garden will die off. That's kind of how I'm getting. Anne Marie, that is kind of how I'm getting. It's like, oh, I've done canned and processed things, and I'm just done, and whatever, if it dies, it dies. Um, I've kind of gotten that way. Now we do have turnip greens though, and they'll be fine. The turnip greens will be fine. The cabbage would be fine if it's a little bit bigger, but it's little. I'm not sure it's big enough to handle it. And then I planted something else. I can't remember the other thing I planted, but it's still little. If it had gotten a little bigger, if I'd had planted a little earlier and it gotten a little bigger, it would be fine because it's a cold weather thing. But that little, I don't know if it'll. I worked hard getting this lavender to come up good. Oh, yeah. My daughter does fiber. She does a lot of natural dyeing. I collect material for her. Casey says this cold snap is a means for only the strong will survive. Yeah. Not done the dying part yet. Too busy living. A sheet will work. Yeah. That's what we've done, a sheet. And then put some sticks in there to keep it from laying down on your plant and kind of hold it up off of the plants a little bit. You can use tomato cage. There you go. For small plants with a sheet over them for frost. Yep, yep, yep. I've got to cut all the vines off my sweet potatoes before tonight so I don't lose them. I have not really ever done sweet potatoes. My dad used to. I haven't done sweet potatoes. I like sweet potatoes, but not a whole lot, not enough to, and Lee won't eat them. And I like them enough to maybe have one or two, but not to really have a whole crop of them. I was going to say sticks, but went with cage. Yeah, either way. So what else? Let's see. I'm trying to think. So yeah, I've been busy. I'm working today, trying to get that done. I'll be working all day. I'll be working all day today and tomorrow. So that's kind of in between. I can't get it done. It's not going to get done until Thursday about noon. So I just have to keep working on it or I'll get too far behind and not get it done. For work, I'm working from home all the time now. But I have to keep up with it or I won't get it done by Thursday at noon. So, and was behind on laundry and everything else. So I'm busy. I've got to run out at noon and go to the bank. I usually have to do that for church because I'm the assistant treasurer. But this Sunday I was gone. We didn't get home until Sunday afternoon. So I was gone and didn't do the treasury. But then I messed up and I paid my cell phone bill. And my daughter is on the same bill and she pays hers with her account. And then I pay mine with my account, and I accidentally paid mine with her account. So well, I've got to go put money in her account so that to cover my cell phone bill of all things. I just done that this morning and I was like, oh my gosh. I called her and told her, and she said, I don't know if there's enough money in there. I said, well, I will run out there and put it in at noon. So it won't come in. It takes a day or two for it to clear. So always something. Going to lurk while I apply yarn. Awesome. We are planning on harvesting our sweet potatoes this week. I had high hopes my Roselle would make it this year. Yeah, I had Roselle last year or the year before, and I had a big, beautiful one. It was so beautiful. It was huge, and it was beautiful. And I had gotten a little bit off of it, but it wasn't really quite ready yet. And it frosted and killed it. What's Roselle? A flowering hibiscus. Let's see. Hey, Smoky Mountain Blessed. We just came from the mountains. I went with two churches, went out and done a mission trip out in Lynch, Kentucky. Beautiful out there. It's beautiful. The mountains and everything is just beautiful. Lynch is in Harlan County, and there's a mission, a group out there that does different missions. They do. They have like a nursing home and a daycare and a this farm that they have. They do different. It's called Shekinah Valley, and they have a big farm there that they do events at, and they have. It's really cool. I've done a video on it. The video is up for members, and I will put it up later this afternoon. I'll go ahead and post it for everyone. But I wanted to give my members something to let them have something early. I've done that a couple of times, let them have a video early, and then put it up for everybody else later. And just sent out, well, it's been a couple of weeks now, I guess, sent out newsletters. So I do newsletters for the members. And this time it had some stickers in it from chicken stickers. Were really cute chicken stickers that was in there for a little gift. And so I think everybody got those that's members. I heard back from a couple of people. My roselle is the same. Big and beautiful, but no blooms. Second year in a row. I planted it as early as I could. Well, now mine had fruit. It bloomed and then it had fruits. And I got some of those off, but not all of them was ready. And then it frosted. Back to work for me. So glad I caught you for a bit. Thank you for stopping in, Stephen, if you're still listening. Thank you for stopping in. I appreciate it. I got to catch up with y'all. I need to catch up with everybody. I've said this before. You get notifications, but then you get so many that they're so far up, you miss things. And then I have to think, who have I not seen lately? And actually go look for them, because you get so many notifications that sometimes you miss them. And then you're having to scroll, and you may still miss some. I don't know. And if you look at something, I hate this, the algorithm, when you stop on a video, you don't even have to watch the video. If you just stop scrolling for a minute and there's a video there, then you start scrolling again, they'll show you all kinds of that stuff. It's like, I wasn't watching that. I just stopped there for a second. I wasn't watching that. I wasn't interested in that. I get all kinds of crap like that. I hate the algorithm thing. It does it on Facebook too, If you're on Facebook scrolling and you stop on something for a few minutes, I don't know how long it takes, but if you stop on something for a few minutes and then you start scrolling again, then it'll start popping up everything about that. Like I was looking at something yesterday I wasn't real interested in, but I was reading it to see what it was. And all of a sudden, I start scrolling again and got all kinds of ads for that. I'm like, seriously? I don't want that. Stop. I hate it. Haas Tool is going to offer a roselle that will mature earlier. Awesome. That's awesome to know. I will have to watch for that. I saw a delivery at the post office. Haven't stopped by there to check the box in a while. Oh, yep. You should have a newsletter there, and now I done told you what your gift is. I need to get one of those early roselles. Yep. Hey, David. You can lurk all you want. Kathy marcoed me this morning and said she'd be watching for my live, but hadn't come in. She told me happy birthday and said she'd be watching for my live. I guess she got busy. That was what? Maud. There she is on the toy. The toy that they wouldn't use for the longest time. And then they finally started messing with it. She messes with it more than Medea. I think Medea's, I don't see Medea. Now, Medea's laid down somewhere. That's Maud. Look, I can't point right. Maud's inside the little toy there. She's the same color as the toy. That's funny. She's that gray color. Okay, back up here. Slurking. My Facebook is frustrating as well. Yeah, I hate it when it does that. You can't even just stop for a second on something without getting a bunch. She's tiny. Yeah, they're still little. They grew a lot at first, but yeah, that's what I keep thinking. They're still little. But of course, they're not real old, you know. I said 16 backwards. That's good. While we were on our mission trip this weekend, there was two churches, and the other church beside mine, the other church is my oldest daughter's church, Supreme's church. They had two brothers that went, and they're close in age, so I get them mixed up, and I hate that. So when I done my video, I just said one of those boys, one of those boys had a 16th birthday on Sunday. So Saturday night, we gave him a little birthday party up there. Gave him, we just had a cake and a couple of gifts for him. Let's see. The ads on Facebook are horrendous lately. Yep. I talked to Kathy just before coming on. She's getting all her homemade items ready for a video to sell. Awesome. That's good. No, she didn't tell me that. Of course, I haven't talked to her a lot this whole weekend until this morning, really. And she, Marco, to tell me happy birthday. And hi, Gina. Good to see you on here, Gina. Great video on the mission trip. Gina got to watch the video on the mission trip. I done it for members first to give y'all a little something, you know, special. Y'all get to see it before everybody else. And I hope you got your newsletter. You might have been one of them that told me you got it. A couple of people said got my newsletter, told me that. So I'll keep listing, but I have to feed before everyone loses their ever-loving minds. I know how that is. I've got a little bit of a cough today. I always do. I get a dry throat real easy. I've told y'all that before, and I apologize, but I get a dry throat really easy, and I have to drink a lot or have candy in my mouth. And then, there went Medea again. Where'd she go? I don't know where she went. Then, so I have to either, you know, suck on candy to keep my throat moistened or drink. And now I'm trying to not do sugar, so I'm doing sugar-free candy. And if I take too much of that, it tears my stomach up. Sorry. Hope nobody's eating their lunch. But anyway, you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Sugar-free candy. If you eat a lot of sugar-free sweets, I guess they have whatever they have in them. I can't think of the name of it. Dextrose or whatever it is that they have in them for the sugar-free stuff. Hurts your stomach. Got it. I love to color. I'm glad that I remembered because I'm not getting notifications. I can't do the synthetic sugar at all. Makes me ill. I do it somewhat, and I do like I use Truvia in my drinks. I've gotten where I use, it's a monk fruit. I have a squirty monk fruit thing that you can get at Walmart, and I've been using that. And that, you know, none of that bothers me. But whatever's in the candy, the sugar-free candy, whatever's in that tears me up. So yeah, I'm not sure what it is in there. I think it's called dextrose, or I can't remember what it's called. I've heard people talk about it, and it sure does. It will. So I always try to keep a drink too, so that I can drink and just, my dad was the same way, y'all. I don't know what it is, but my dad was the same way. He was constantly always clearing his throat and coughing a little bit, and he was the same way. We have whatever it is, we have the same thing. It's a dry throat, very dry throat all the time. Fake sugar is not good for you, for your gut. NutraSweet, Sweet and Low. I hate Sweet and Low. My mother used that, and I always fussed at her because I know that stuff's not good for you. But I can't even stand the taste of it. The pink pack, I think that's Sweet and Low. I can't stand it. Other sugar alternatives have something in them I can't have. The monk fruit seems to be the best for me. It's good, and it doesn't have any it seems to not have any kind of bad side effects at all. Pink package, I hate that mess. I used the blue, I think it's Equal. I used Equal for a few years and then found out that's bad for you. And then I used whatever else. Truvia was my last one. It's a green and white package, Truvia, and it's good, but I think it's got some bad stuff in it too. So I ended up going to monk fruit, and I think that monk fruit's probably one of the better ones, one of the best ones, better ones. Anyway, so what else? I didn't make a list, so I just figured I had enough to talk about from what all I'm doing. So let's see, what else is in the garden? I was talking about my echinacea. I got some echinacea root and started a tincture with that. Can't use aspartame. So, and I don't remember which ones are aspartame. I think I think the Equal is, no, that may be the pink package still. Anyway, so in the garden. Oh, I know what I was going to tell about. Okay, so I know some of y'all have seen, and she came to the picnic, Sheila from Quake Lake. Sheila from Quake Lake used to come on a lot of lives, and I think she still listens a lot. She doesn't always comment, but she called me this morning and was talking to me and told me happy birthday and was asking me about exchanging some plants. And she still got some things. And she knew that I was talking about getting some more herbs. And I told about this a while back. I was wanting some more permanent herbs that I can put in my herb garden that'll keep coming back. And I named off a few that I wanted. Which reminds me, Anne Marie wanted some things, and I did not send them. Anne Marie, I'm going to get that list back out and get you that stuff sent. I'm so sorry. I just been so busy. It was some seeds that you wanted. And of course, they'll have to be for next year now. But I'll gather up some stuff and send to you because I completely forgot. And I have a list of what I told you I had. Anyway, she was asking me if I wanted certain things, and we are going to exchange a few things back and forth. So she's going to get a couple things from me, and she's going to bring me a few things. And so, I love that. I love that, especially if you live close enough. She lives it's about an hour. She lives about an hour away, but she comes through this area every so often. And so we're going to exchange some things, and I love doing that, kind of the old barter and trade. Equal gives me a really bad headache. Hey, Prep for Eternity. Hope everyone's having a wonderful day. I think that's what affects me bad is the aspartame. So thank you, Gina. 61. I'm 61 today. I plan to retire in a year. If I don't retire before a year, which is possible, if I don't quit before a year, I'm retiring at 62. So I'm, you don't want to, you don't want to get older until you're old enough that it benefits you. It's like now I'm close to retirement. Heck yeah, bring it on. If retirement's even still a thing by the time I get there a year from now. Let's see. I heard my name but missed what you said because I was making lunch. Oh, Anne Marie. Oh, I was talking about you had a list of seeds you wanted, and I wrote down the ones I had that I could send to you, and I completely forgot. And I am so sorry. I just get so busy. But I'm gonna get my list back out and find those things and send them to you. Of course, it'll be for next year now. But I told you which ones I had. I don't remember how many, but I had a list that I have seeds of, and I will send you some of those. And I completely forgot. So I apologize for that, and we'll get those sent out soon. As soon as I can. I'll get the list out though. If I get the list out and lay it up here, I'll remember. Hopefully. If you return at 62, you're a year late. Uh-huh. Yeah. At 62. And I'm 61, and I get what you're saying. That's funny. You got a sense of humor like Lee Pearson. Sorry. Anyway, let's see. What else? What else? Just busy, busy. I don't know if I told everything about the trip. Anyways, there's a video. The video is, of course, the video of the mission trip is kind of short and sweet. You know, I couldn't get everything in, and the reason I didn't want to make it too long because we're going to show it at church. So they're going to show my video at church for everybody to see. And so I was trying to keep that in mind also. And then I was trying to also keep in mind that you all wouldn't know some of those people. So I didn't like name every name or anything like that on who went. I didn't name names at all, I don't guess, because I was thinking I wanted to play the video for my channel, but we're also going to play it at church. So I was trying to not make it too long, but include just a glimpse of what all we done and all that. And then I also didn't want to video too much of the people, the locals there, because I don't think that's, I don't think that's right to do without, I don't know. I don't think as much about it when I'm here in my hometown or something videoing or on vacation videoing, but with what we were doing, mission work for, for the people up there, they call them the mountain people. I don't know. I just didn't feel right about videoing them too much, So it's kind of more about what us being there and what we were doing, and just kind of a quick overview of our trip, So I'm going to say it's probably not a great video. I probably could have showed and explained more, but I was keeping it brief and just kind of a quick overview. Stop, crazy. What are you doing? Come here. Come here. This one's trying to jump up in my lap. That's Maud. That's old Maud. She's a mess. Listen, this one's a mess. Medea's quiet and doesn't really get into too much, and sleeps a lot. This one, oh my goodness. This one's into something all the time. You'd think it was a boy. You would think it was a boy, and it ain't. But she is just rambunctious, into something all the time. I don't think she ever sleeps. She's a mess. She's not looking. I'm trying to get her to look this way so y'all can see her good. But she's a mess. She's trying to climb up in my lap and clawed me. She's a pretty girl, but she's a mess. All right, go. Out of respect and privacy, you don't put strangers on the spot. Yep. Yeah. It was very good, and the area is absolutely beautiful. It was beautiful out there. I'm gonna tell you, it was beautiful out there. The mountains are always beautiful, and then the fog on the mountains and everything. It was beautiful. We had a good time, and everybody got along good, and um, it was good. It was just good. It was a good time. I would go again for sure. Uh, guess they are both getting big. Medea is just a little bit smaller than Maud. She always has been. Maud's just the bigger one that does things. She does everything first. Like when they first started doing anything, Maud's always first, and she's a little bit bigger. And Medea's kind of learning from her. And anyway, they are both adorable. So, in the background quietly, as on a business call. Hmm, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know where Medea is even. She must be somewhere asleep. I would show you Medea, but she's somewhere asleep, I guess. She just doesn't do as much as Maud. It's, I guess, kind of strange in a way, but um, she just doesn't act as bad, and she's quiet, and I don't know. I don't know. I wish she would come around so I could show you, but I don't see her nowhere. Anyway, um, I can't really think of anything else. This is awful, y'all. See, what else have I got going on? I'm trying to think. So we're probably going to play this video. I don't know if we're going to play it tomorrow night at church or Sunday night. So I haven't found out for sure yet. But the other church, the reason is because I think the ones from the other church that went are going to come to our church and watch it all together. Um, so, and I guess talk a little bit about our experience. They'll probably have us get up there and talk a little bit about it. It's you again. Where's your sister? Where's your sister? You got to get off of things. Yeah, she's always on something. Always into something. Always into something, aren't you? Yep. What are you looking for now? Oh, and the stink bugs. Oh my gosh. Medea doesn't bother the stink bugs. We've got this time of year when the stink bugs start coming in, and we talked about this. We didn't have these stink bugs back. I'm gonna say, I don't know, 5 or 6 years ago. We didn't have these stink bugs coming in like this. This just started about 5 years ago, I must say. And now in the fall, every fall when the weather starts changing, the stink bugs start coming in. And she gets a hold of them and messes with them and has them stinking all over my house. Medea don't do that. Just you. You do it every day, don't you? Every day she's got to get a hold of the stink bugs and smack them around so that they will start stinking. Drives me nuts. I'm like, please leave the stink bugs alone. She's a mess. Oh, she jumped. I was trying to put her down. She jumped. Anyway, so the stink bugs are terrible, and I don't understand it. I don't understand why they're sudden. Like, we did not have stink bugs in the house. Maybe every once in a while you'd see one or two, maybe, but not like this. They come in full force. And so, what I've been doing for them, because at least it doesn't stink, I take a mason jar. I take a jar and put about that much water in it and dishwashing liquid, Dawn dishwashing liquid, and about half full of water. And then I can go around and knock them off in that water, and they go in there and drown quickly, and they don't stink. Now, if you smell the jar, it stinks, but it doesn't stink up the house. You know what I mean? So that's what I've been doing about them, is knocking them off in a jar of dishwater. Anyway, so She says, "Don't point at me." Yeah, yeah. Hi, Patty. Thank you. Yep, 61 today. Anyway, and I'm feeling it today. I was telling about my mission trip over the weekend, and we worked hard. We worked hard and done a lot of walking, and I'm feeling old. And I ate bad. I ate bad. That's part of it too, because if I'm eating good, I don't hurt as bad my joints and things. But when I eat bad, and I did, I tried not to do too bad, so I could have been worse. I did take my own bread and my own desserts, but I did eat some dessert anyways. So, oh, I was going to tell y'all real quick. Oh my gosh, I almost forgot this. I was going to tell y'all, hey Nancy, did I miss anybody? I have a small hand vacuum. That's what I get stink bugs and wasps and any little critters with. So out there, so we go out there and we got there Thursday night. It was supposed to be a 6.5 hour drive, but there was road work, bad, heavy road work. It was bad. And it took us 10 hours. So when we got there, it was like 7:30 at night, I think. And we got unpacked and about 8 o'clock, well, we hadn't had supper. And so we were wanting to eat supper, but everything was closed except one little diner. I I'm calling it a diner very loosely. Oh shoot! She tried to jump in my lap again. You got to stop. Um, so this one little place was the only thing open. They stayed open till 10, and there wasn't much there. I mean, there wasn't very much there to pick from anyway. But this one little place stayed open till 10, and so that was the only choice. And we didn't want to unpack. We had some food with us, but it was like lunch meat and breakfast stuff, and we didn't want and snacks. So we wanted to go somewhere and eat. Well, we went to this little place, and it was pretty dirty little place, a little hole in the wall place that wasn't real clean, and I don't know. It was very sketchy. So we go in there, and all they had on the menu was it was almost like it was fast food. All they had on the menu was like hamburgers and pizza and fast food, French fries. Um, I think they had chicken nuggets or something. It was real fast food, like McDonald's. And so my first thought was I thought this was like a diner, like a restaurant, but it was fast food. But they did have a sign. Okay, so they had this sign over here that they wrote on with the chalkboard for daily specials. So the two daily specials were meatloaf and um, steak. Hamburger steak. Hamburger steak with grilled onions or meatloaf. And I thought, okay, that's what I want. I don't want fast food. I want something good. So me and another girl got hamburger steak with grilled onions, and one lady got the meatloaf. So we go sit down waiting, and everybody started getting their food. Okay, so everybody started getting their hamburgers and whatever, French fries, and I can't even think, corn dogs, whatever. So everybody started getting their food, and we're still sitting here, us three. And the other lady that got the same thing I did, she said, "Well, I figured ours should come out first since that's the daily special. I figured they'd have it done and ready to serve out." And so we sat there a few minutes, and we were the last ones. Everybody got their food and was eating, and we were just sitting there waiting. And it finally come out, mine and hers, the hamburger steak. Stop. She's so bad, y'all. Where you at? Just knocking stuff over down there. The hamburger steak come out first, grilled onions. It was a hamburger patty, not a pattied hamburger patty. It was like a frozen hamburger patty with some grilled onions on top of it. And I got some greens, which looked like turnip greens, and some slaw. And I don't remember what she got with hers, but that's what I got. And it wasn't horrible, but it wasn't what I was expecting. You know, it was just a hamburger patty like everybody else got, like a McDonald's hamburger patty with some grilled onions on top of it. So that wasn't horrible. I was like, "Huh, that's not what I think of as hamburger steak, right?" But it wasn't horrible. And then the meatloaf come out, and this poor lady, the meatloaf come out, and my granddaughter's sitting over there by her, and she's like, she starts laughing. They were dying laughing. And she's like, "Mom, you got to come see this." And so my daughter went over to look, and we all was looking, you know, to see what it was. It was a hamburger patty with ketchup on it. I kid you not. It was the same hamburger patty that we all got with ketchup on it. I was, we were dying. We were dying laughing. Oh, I would have hosed her with a good spraying water bottle for those cats. Yeah. Hey, Red. Anyway, it was hilarious. Hey, Julie. I miss Julie. A lot of those dives are really good. Hope it was. So they said their hamburgers was good, but it was like McDonald's hamburgers. It wasn't, you know, hand patted like you would kind of think, maybe. I don't know. It was funny. They did get a picture. Somebody did get a picture of it. I don't have it, but it was hilarious. We couldn't believe that one. I couldn't believe the hamburger steak. You know, that was like, what? But it wasn't horrible. But then the meatloaf, that was too much. That was like, what? So, excuse me. So the other two nights, though, we had catered. So she got fancy meatloaf. Yeah. So I don't know if it's like that around there or that was just a bad little spot. I think that was just maybe a bad little spot. I hope. Um, and it was called a hut, something hut. Wrote. I probably shouldn't say. I probably shouldn't say in case this gets looked at, y'all. I better not say. But it was a hut. That was what it was called. Anyway, so everybody said their hamburgers was good and French fries was good, you know. So whatever. It was just mostly the meatloaf. We were just so the other two nights. That was Thursday night, and then Friday night and Saturday night we had the people that were running the place we stayed at. We stayed at it's part of the whole group, like it's a missionary group place called I can't say it. I said it on the video. You'll see it on the video. It's a group that runs all this stuff, and they have different missions that you can go out there and work on and help with. And they have this place that you stay at called Solomon's Porch, and it's a 104-year-old hospital that they turned into stop that they turned into beds for people to come stay at that's coming out there to do mission work. So the people that run that, their son does catering, and so we had the other two nights catered by him, and we had to pay for that. Both churches split the money, and we paid for that, and that was delicious. He done a great job. It was awesome, wonderful, you know. So we ate good the other two nights, and then for lunches we had lunch meat that we took, and breakfast they had, you know, cereal and cupcakes and or what donuts, whatever. I took my protein shakes and done my protein shake. Okay, so let me go back up here. Sorry, I missed. I said hi to Red. Uh, Fancy. That's a bad cafe. It was bad. Sounds like somebody had a really long day, started getting lazy and creative. Hope it was not a dive of a diner. Hope you and all in chat are well. Acres, you beat the replay. Okay, yeah, I got to get off here. So anyway, it was an experience. I can say that, and we enjoyed it. There was little things, but you'll see in the video. I done a video. It's kind of a quick, like I said, it was kind of a quick video because I had to keep it short for church because the church is going to watch it, and my brain is going 100 miles an hour. So I forgot what I was going to say about that. So we ate good the rest of the time. I took I drank my protein shakes for breakfast, and I took my keto bread for lunch, for our lunches, and I had my own chips. I had my Quest chips. So I had, not horrible lunch or breakfast, but I ate for supper, and it was so good. He catered, it was good. Oh, I know where I was going with that. The couple that ran the Solomon's porch that we stayed at, we got to talking to them, and she said, "Yeah, I was just there," talking about where we live. She said, "I was just there, a town nearby." She said, "I was just there last weekend." And I was like, "Really? What?" And she said, "Yeah, I'm from there. Her husband was the pastor at a church here for 13 years. And then they got that as a mission. They're actually missionaries that went out there to run that place as mission work, And so they had lived here. Well, she was, I guess, born and raised here the way she talked, but they had lived here as pastors for 13 years. And so that was interesting. We knew a lot of the same people. And one of her friend, her good friend, I used to work with at the newspaper. And so that was interesting. Small world, So their son does catering there and catered our suppers. And anyway, it was a great experience. And so I had put the video up for members to watch first. And later this afternoon, I'll probably go ahead and put it for everybody else to watch. If not, it'll be up tomorrow. I set it for tomorrow, but I might go ahead and put it up this afternoon so everybody can see it. Like I said, our church is going to play it. So I was going to wait. I didn't want to put it out too early before the church got to see it, if that makes any sense. Because I don't want the church to all come watch it on mine before they watch it at church. So I put it up for tomorrow because I think we're going to watch it tomorrow night at church. I'm not positive about that. But anyway, whatever. A lot of them are not subscribed anyway, so wouldn't know. But I appreciate members, so I wanted to give members a little something. Sent out newsletters and all that, and I wanted to give members a little something extra. So occasionally I put a video up for them first and then let it go public later. So I've got to get off here and go to the bank, y'all, and eat lunch and then get back to work. So I appreciate y'all being here. Excuse me. I appreciate y'all being on here. I do have to get off here. Hopefully we'll be live Friday night. I'm trying to think if there's anything else we've got to do. It's always something. But I plan on us being live Friday night. So I hope everybody will come and visit with us Friday night and watch this video of our mission trip. It's only about 11 minutes long. I tried to keep it real brief. Take care all. And again, happy birthday. Thank you. And ads are fixing to run, so I'm going to get off here. It says ads will run shortly for some viewers. Never seen that before. That's interesting. Thank you. I'm going to get off here before the ad runs.